I'm one of the best in the world at only one thing: YouTube automation. For the last 5 years, I built 19 Faceless channels and invested in 12 more, which in turn have made me my first $1 million at the age of 19. And today, I'm going to give you everything you need to start a YouTube automation channel, to grow a channel, to maintain a channel, and to sell a channel. But I'll be honest, doing this takes hard work. And if you can't even watch this video until the end without clicking off, well, you're probably not gonna make it. So here's what we're gonna cover today: how to start a channel with no money, how to win, how to choose your niche, how to create videos, how to hire a team, how to manage, how to find money-making video ideas, how to make money, and eventually, how to sell your channel. By the end of this video, you are gonna know everything that has taken me 5 years to learn, and it will cost you absolutely nothing. So, how to start a channel with no money? You don't need thousands of dollars to start a faceless YouTube automation channel in 2026. You just need the right strategy. And even before AI, I think YouTube automation was still one of the best business models to start for beginners because the barrier to entry was incredibly low, especially compared to other business models like dropshipping, trading, Amazon FBA, you name it. All you needed was $500 to $1,000 per month to invest in content creation, and you could be making $3,000, $5,000, even $10,000 per month in a matter of months. Now, since the AI boom, I think it's undeniable. YouTube automation is actually the best business model. You only need to know how to use a few simple AI tools and you can create thousands of dollars per month. For example, you can use tools like Claude, Pop AI, or Subscriber for writing scripts, 11 Labs to do your voiceovers, Midjourney, Nano Banana, or Pixels to do your thumbnails. And when it comes to video editing, you can either do it yourself, since the videos have very basic editing, pay someone online $20 to $40 to edit the videos for you, or even better, you can partner up with a video editor and give them a small stake in your channel, say 10 to 33%, in exchange for their video editing services. There are literally no excuses in 2026. You can start with no money and you can win big. Alright, so how to actually win at this game? Because let me tell you something, YouTube automation and winning at this business model isn't about luck. It's not about getting that one viral video. It's about studying and understanding the game better than everyone else. The good ones just know more. Now, the foundation of winning, and this is where 90% of people fail, is delayed gratification. The people who fail want results in 30 days. They see one video get 1,000 views and they think they're gonna be a millionaire next month. But here's the brutal truth. My first channel took 3 months to make its first $1,000. But in month 5, it was making $8,000 per month. Now, the people who quit at month 2 never get to see month 5. And I actually call this the valley of despair. It's that period between month 2 and month 5 where you're putting in the work, but you're not seeing any results quite yet. This is where most people give up and quit, but this is also where winners are made, especially if they have the right mindset, delayed gratification, and stay consistent. Speaking of which, you need to understand the 80-20 rule to win at this game. 80% of your revenue will come from only 20% of your videos. Most of your videos will be okay or even completely flop, but a few of them will be absolute bangers that will carry your entire channel. Your job isn't to make every video perfect. It's to make enough videos to find those 20% of the winners, then double down on that specific format, making more of what works. And once you do that, the final piece, and this is what separates the amateurs from the pros, is building systems over pure hustle. For example, I have a system for finding viral video ideas that takes me 2 to 3 hours per week. I have a system for analyzing video performance that takes me 1 hour per week. And I have a system for managing my team that only takes me 15 minutes per day. We'll cover all of that later in this video, but for now, what I need you to understand is that you need to treat this like a business. Instead of just doing everything yourself forever, as soon as you have the means to, seek to get more leverage, more help from other people. Because in return, this will allow you to scale and make even more money. But first, and this is probably the most important decision you'll make in your entire YouTube automation journey, is choosing a niche. Get this wrong and you will struggle for years. Get it right and you'll have a money printing machine. So I'm gonna walk you through my exact 3-question framework that I use every single time. First question, can I make $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 per month in this niche? Choose your goal and then do the research to see if it's even possible. The easiest way to do that is to look at other channels in your niche using tools like NextLev, the Chrome extension, which allows you to see an estimate of how much money a channel is earning. If multiple channels in your niche are already making that kind of money that you want to make, that's a good sign. If not, move on to the next one. Second question, will this niche be relevant in 3 to 5 years? And this is where I see a lot of people mess this up. You want to avoid trend-based niches like NFTs, specific crypto coins, or viral challenges. While this might work for a short period of time, we are focused on building channels that will make you money for years to come. And here's a few evergreen niches that are very likely to still be around in 5 years. Sports. People will always love football, basketball, and Formula 1. Luxury. Everybody dreams of expensive cars and houses. True crime. Humans are fascinated by mystery. And celebrities. Everybody loves a little bit of drama. The point is, if you can't imagine people caring about your niche in 5 years, choose something else. And the third question, am I interested enough to stick to this for at least 100 videos without seeing results? Look, I'm not passionate about every single niche that I've been in, but I'm passionate about building successful businesses. And that passion carried me through. If the thought of making 100 videos about your chosen topic makes you want to quit, pick a different niche. These 3 questions are going to help you filter through all the noise that it is out there when it comes to choosing the right YouTube automation niche. But this is just the first step. So now let's talk about creating the videos, because this is the part that actually makes money. And now, thanks to AI, there are 3 different options you can choose from when it comes to how you want to approach creating content for your faceless YouTube automation channel. The do-it-yourself method, the automation method, and the hybrid method. The DIY method is great for beginners or people who have time but don't want to invest resources or money. So here you are simply doing all the work yourself. And by all the work, I mean writing the scripts, doing the voiceovers, editing the videos, and creating the thumbnails. These are the 4 steps that need to be followed to create a faceless YouTube automation channel that can make money regardless of how you decide to go about it. On the other hand, the automation method means you outsource 100% of the work to freelancers or people who take care of the work for you. And to give you an idea of how much you need to pay for each role, let's take a 10 to 12 minute video for example. Here's the average cost breakdown that I've seen after hiring more than 2,000 freelancers in the past 5 years. Scriptwriter, $20 to $40. Voice actor, $10 to $25. Video editor, $20 to $40, and thumbnail designer, $5 to $20. So on average, for a 10 to 12 minute video, you are looking at anywhere from $50 to $150 to create a really good work. I'll let you decide whether that's cheap or expensive, but here's what I would do if I were to start a channel as a complete beginner today. The hybrid method. With this method, you get the best of both worlds. You do the easy work, the tasks that you enjoy doing yourself, and you delegate the work that you don't like to others or freelancers online. For the scripts, if you have at least 1 hour per day, I think you can easily use AI tools like Claude, Pop AI, or Subscribers to write amazing scripts so you can do this yourself. For voiceovers, I think it's the easiest task to get done thanks to 11 Labs, an AI tool that basically allows you to license other people's cloned voices using AI technology for incredibly cheap. You can start on their free plan, choose from hundreds and thousands of voices, and I'm pretty sure you won't even be able to hear the difference. For thumbnails, there's also plenty of options out there. Midjourney, Nano Banana, or specialized tools like Pixels can help you create great thumbnails in just a couple of minutes. You might need to polish them up a little bit or add some text, but you can easily do that using Canva's free plan as well. Now, you'll notice that we skipped the video editing part, and that was intentional, because while there are some great tools out there that can animate images or make editing very simple, I still think they need a little bit more work. So if I were to start a new channel, I would go with the hybrid method, where I would do everything myself using AI except for video editing. I would still work with a freelancer to put everything together, as that will ensure that I have the best quality in order to make money from those videos. Where do you find a video editor or any of the roles that you might want to hire? This is exactly what we're going to cover next. I personally always hire people from Fiverr and Upwork when it comes to my portfolio of faceless YouTube automation channels. These are very simple online job boards where you can either find freelancers directly to their profiles and send them a message, or post your job with a description of what you're looking for, what are your needs, what your budget is, and how long you want the collaboration to be. You'll then get freelancers applying to work with you, and you can vet their applications pretty quickly. I've tried lots of other platforms like YT Jobs, OnlineJobs.ph, 99 Designs, and so on, but I found that Upwork and Fiverr are the best quality, most cost-effective platforms for this type of videos. And also, a lot of YouTube freelancers are already on these 2 sites, so talent is going to be relatively easy to find. Now, here's a few things you need to look for when hiring each of those roles, and let's start with the actual script. For this role, the main thing we care about is relevant experience. If you have a channel in the real estate niche, let's say for example, you should be looking for a writer who already has experience writing in that niche. Beyond that, it's a major win if they have a personal interest in the topic, because it's hard to compete with someone who's writing about their passion. Like, if they have a real interest in NBA, they watch all the games, and you hire them to do NBA scripts, you're going to get a really good script from them. Also, being a native language English speaker isn't a requirement. They just need to be good enough to not make mistakes, and in my opinion, it's far more important that they know about the subject and they understand that the topic that you're trying to make with your videos and all the technicalities behind writing a good script, like writing intros, pacing, and stuff like that. When it comes to voice artists, this is a lot easier and more straightforward than hiring a writer, because you can judge their quality just by listening to their voice, and you don't need to discuss the project or topic with them before pulling the trigger. I'd suggest going to Fiverr for voiceover artists, searching for freelance voiceover artists, no agencies, and filter by price before DMing the several top options. There are 3 things you need to keep in mind when you hire a voiceover artist. First, their accent. Most of the time, go for a native American voice if you're making the video in English, or a native Spanish voice if you're making the video in Spanish. You get a picture. Secondly, you want to make sure they have a decent recording equipment so your channel audio doesn't sound like it's coming out of a can. It's a good sign if they have a decent mic, soundproofing on their walls, and clean audio sample, because that shows you they're serious about investing in their job and giving clients a good outcome. A good way to check this is just ask them what kind of mic and recording software they use. Third, they have to have a good conversational tone. I didn't realize this at the beginning, but voiceover work isn't just about reading from a piece of paper. When you watch a video, you want the narrator to be establishing a proper connection with you, emphasizing the right words to really drive the point home and make it sound engaging. So make sure you listen for these qualities in your voiceover artist samples. Next up is the video editor role, and while not all of you might want to hire the other roles if you prefer doing it yourself or using AI, I once again recommend you still get a good video editor to put the videos together. The procedure for finding an editor is the same as for a scriptwriter. Go to Upwork, write a simple ad, and process the applications as they come in. The most crucial factors when hiring a video editor are their experience and passion. Video editing is a job that requires attention to countless small details, each of which can make a huge difference in the final video. Only an experienced editor can consistently deliver this level of quality, making their expertise highly desirable, I'd say. Now, passion is equally important, as it drives creativity, attention to detail, and the motivation to improve with each and every single video. Bonus tip here, I found the best editors can be found in Central and Eastern Europe, in countries like Bulgaria, Romania, Hungary, Slovakia, and around the Balkans. You can easily get the same level of talent at a fraction of the price you would pay in the US simply because of the currency conversion, so it's a win-win. And last but not least, the thumbnail designer. If people don't click on your videos to start with, the script, the voice, and the editing don't even matter, since nobody will get to see them. The thumbnail is chronologically one of the most important parts of the process, and that's why we need a great thumbnail designer. However, a huge mistake I see a lot of people make, especially in the beginning when hiring designers, and I made this many times as well when I was first starting out, is to choose them based on how the image looks, based on how aesthetic the picture is. The most important thing to look for is not that the designer is just good at Photoshop and can design nice images. That's very easy to do, actually. What we're looking for is that they really know what works and what doesn't, which formats work and which don't, and that they have experience making YouTube-specific thumbnails. That's the real skill you should be looking for. You want to look at their portfolio, who else they've worked with, and whether they've been able to get a lot of views on their previous work. I wouldn't make it more complicated than that, and I would also keep it very simple when it comes to managing the team. Especially if you outsource everything and have 4 different team members, managing them the right way can literally make the difference between you having a great time running this business and wanting to shut it down after 1 week. Alright, you made it halfway through this video, so maybe you've actually got a discipline to make it here in YouTube automation. So here are the 4 most important things I've learned when it comes to managing freelancers over the past 5 years. Number 1, pay up. You'd be amazed of how many people are not serious when it comes to paying their freelancers. They're late, they try to change the terms of the agreement after the work has been done, and they look down on the people who are working for them. Just don't be this person. Always pay on time, keep your word, and treat everybody with respect. Number 2, clear communication. Having a direct line of communication with your entire team in one place, it's going to make a massive difference. I recommend making a WhatsApp group chat with the name of your channel and you'll be good to go. Just keep everything in there. Number 3, management system. You see, most people either don't have a content management system at all and they just go back and forth with their teams, which is a disaster if you ask me, or they have a very complicated one where they spend 1 hour per day just doing all the admin work. And I know because I've done both. What I do now is simply set up a Trello board for each stage of the process and let the freelancers manage the content themselves. It's not always perfect or on time, but it gets the job done every single time. And number 4, bonuses. One of the things that I've seen to work best with YouTube automation teams is a creative bonus structure. For example, if a video hits 100,000 views, pay everybody a small $10 to $50 bonus. Or if you hit a bigger milestone, you can send them a special gift or a book from Amazon. This sounds very simple, but trust me, it does wonders because nobody bothers to do this, so you're gonna stand out. Now, let's talk about the fun part, coming up with video ideas, how to find money-making video ideas. Look, you can have great video execution, great thumbnail, and all of that, but if your idea is bad, all the work is pointless, so this is crucial. Now, before I tell you how to come up with good ideas, I want to tell you how not to do it, which is probably the biggest mistake I see beginners make. Do not come up with ideas by thinking about them or using your plain imagination. You actually don't need to be the one coming up or inventing the ideas. The ideas are already out there, your job is to find them. Instead, most of the ideas that we will come up with are going to be simply based on research. My favorite way and the best way to do it, in my opinion, is to model outlier videos. It's simple, most straightforward, and has yielded me the best results over the last couple of years. Now, here's what I mean. You can see the channel right here, Chelsea Library, had around 7,000 subscribers at the time of me taking this screenshot. The quality is decent, good, but not great, and yet one of their videos has over 340,000 views. Now, think about it for a second. 7,000 subscribers, 340,000 views 3 weeks ago. That's a massive outlier. This is the perfect representation of what an outlier video looks like, and that right there is the perfect video idea for you. If you have a football channel, you can take that idea, modeling, meaning make a similar video to it, not just replicate that one, and boom, there you have it. Now here's another example to drive this point home. This Vintage American channel currently has 6,800 subscribers, yet their most popular video is currently sitting at over 500,000 views. 6,800 subscribers, 530,000 views 1 month ago, massive outlier once again. And you can do this type of research manually simply by using Google and the vidIQ Chrome extension, which allows you to see the outlier score shown next to the videos. Or you can use a dedicated tool like 1 of 10, which is designed to help you find better video ideas. By now, I've already shared with you how to start a channel with no money, how to set it up for success, how to choose your niche, how to create your videos, hire a team, manage the team, and how to find money-making video ideas. What's left is probably the most interesting part of this video, which is how to actually make money and eventually sell your channel for even more money. The best way Faceless YouTube Channel makes money is through YouTube's partner program, and this is exactly how it works. When a channel uploads videos on YouTube, the platform will place ads before, during, and after the videos. These ads are sponsored by big or small companies like Apple, Coca-Cola, or even your local doctor's office. The companies are paying YouTube a rate called CPM, or cost per milli, which dictates how much they are paying to display their ads in front of 1,000 people. With that money in the bag, YouTube distributes 55% to the channel who uploaded the video and 45% to themselves. The 55% piece of the pie, which is what the channel owner gets, is what's called the RPM, or revenue per milli. And even with just 55% of the whole amount, Faceless channels are still able to make thousands, tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars per month, so this is still a very lucrative model. One more thing that's important to know here is that the RPM can vary based on several factors, but just so you have a general idea, I'll put up a list of different niches and their average RPMs on screen right now. Now, of course, in addition to AdSense revenue, Faceless YouTube channels can also be monetized to brand deals or sponsorships when an individual company sponsored a particular video directly, and this can be very lucrative once your channel grows. Affiliate marketing, where a channel promotes somebody else's programs, usually through programs like Amazon Associates, ClickBank, or a company's direct affiliate program. Memberships, where a channel manages to build a very unique and strong brand, so much so that people are willing to pay to become a member of the channel and in exchange get access to exclusive videos, Q&As with the team, or a range of other benefits. Their own products, where a channel decides to create an online store, a newsletter, a course, or any other form of physical or digital product. This is not as lucrative yet, but it's still worth mentioning. And finally, one of the most lucrative ways to make a lump sum of money with Faceless YouTube channels would be selling them. Because selling one of these channels is incredibly profitable right now. Done right, you can get 24 to 36 times your monthly profit in a lump sum for a business that, as we discussed at the beginning of this video, can be started with $0. I've personally sold 6 channels with the last sale price being over $100,000, so this is definitely not something you want to sleep on. And it's also something that not a lot of people talk about simply because it's relatively new. Now, Mark Cuban famously said that there are only 3 times when you should consider selling. You can't or don't want to run it anymore, you think the business has peaked, or the check would truly be life-changing. I think that's great advice. And once you've decided that you want to sell, or at least explore the possibilities and see how much money you could potentially get for your channel, you either need to list it on a marketplace or look for a direct buyer. I'm not affiliated with any of them, but the best one I've personally worked with is Empire Flippers. They've sold digital assets worth more than $500 million, and their process is incredibly easy to go through. Another marketplace to consider is Flippa. I don't know much about this one, but I know a few people who have sold their channels on it for tens of thousands of dollars and even other businesses for millions of dollars. And then you have the direct buyers, where you find a buyer directly without going through a marketplace. You can either use your existing network or use YouTube automation groups or communities to find one. And now, just to give you guys an idea, let's take a look at this channel right here, for example, and see how much money it could potentially be worth. So they make explainer videos on financial topics, and they got around 1 million views per month, which with their estimated earnings being around $12,000, which I would say it's fairly accurate. Now, that's revenue, not profit, and because their quality is pretty good and they post quite a lot, let's say they spend $2,000 per month on content, leaving them with $10,000 in monthly bottom line. Using the 24 to 36 times multiplier, this puts their valuation anywhere in the range of $240,000 to $360,000. But considering they're over 1 year old, they have 240,000 subscribers, which is a lot for faceless channels, they managed to build quite a great brand. I would say they would easily get over $300,000 over the 30x plus multiple. And this doesn't include brand deals revenue, which I'm sure they make a lot more money from as well. So as you can see, selling channels can be very lucrative. But there you have it, 5 years of YouTube automation experience. Now, here's the thing. Knowledge without action is worthless. So if you want to see exactly how I executed all of this, you should go check out this video right here.